Black women, I feel like, are the closest. In a way, women are magical. You know what I'm saying? Black women, I feel like, are the closest thing to God. You know what I mean? Y'all be creating life, and it's funny how this doctor broke it down to me. He was like, we all come out of a black hole, just like how the universe was birthed. You know what I mean? And it's really deep when you get down to it to that level. So being around women, especially Black women and talent like that, it's a pleasure.
Come on and get your sign. Come on and get your sign.
All right, so Big Sean conducted an interview and he shouted out black women, basically saying that they are the closest thing to God, and he's getting chewed up. Somebody sent me a clip, and when I first saw the clip, the first thing that automatically hit me was that you ain't with no black woman, bro. That was my first thought. I don't think he came from a bad place. I do feel like he came from a good place. It's just unfortunate that when you put something good, it's gonna get picked apart. And the reason why it was picked apart is because you ain't living like that. See, this is when going woke goes wrong. This is when trying to keep it real and trying to pander to a certain group, a certain audience, it goes all the way wrong. See, it's not even about a particular group of women being offended or bitter over what you're saying. It has everything to do with you not living like that and you not practicing what's coming out of your doggone mouth. You're just trying to, you're basically lying. Your actions are way deeper than your words, and everybody knows that. Actions always speak louder than words, period. Big Sean dated the woman off of Glee. I think she died and she was like half black or whatever. It was rumored that he was with Nicole Scherzinger, whatever her name is, from the Pussycat Dolls. She I don't even know if she got black in her at all. He was with Ariana Grande. She ain't got no black in her, not that I know of. Maybe she do. Maybe she do. And also, too, he's with Jhené Aiko, who happens to be a little biracial as well. So even if these women do have black in them, it's the fact that for what you represent, what you've been representing lately in your life, it has not been a full-blown black woman, you know what I mean? Now, even though they may have some blackness in them, the thing is, it just look fake. It just don't come off authentic, and people know when you are being your true self. It don't seem like you're being your true self. It seems like you're trying to pander to an audience and we're trying to get brownie points, and that ain't how it works. When you walk into the black ass realm, all right? When you really walking into that, when you into this thing saying, look, I'm for black reciprocity, I'm for my black folks, I'm all the way black, blacker than blacker than blacker than black. Once you start making those things come out your mouth, once they start coming out your mouth and flying out your mouth, people are gonna sit back and analyze you and see where you at with it. And the reason why is this. Now, I do believe that a lot of women are bitter because of his dating choices and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, he actually had one full black woman, and that was his high school sweetheart, and he publicly shitted on her. All right, you can go look at Vlad TV. He was talking about how he was fucking all these hoes and everything, but that's still his woman. I ain't never heard him say that shit about any biracial women that he been with in the past. And especially not Jhené Aiko. All right? I ain't never even heard him talk slick or anything about anybody except for the one who passed away. You stupid ass bitch! You little dumb motherfucker! You stupid ass bitch! That's the only time I really heard him talking some real smack. But other than that, the only black woman on record that he had was when he first started his career and jump-started his career. He publicly went on record saying that I'm fucking other hoes, I know I don't be doing it right, I know I don't be acting right, be cutting up in these streets, but I still love her though. Other than that, bro, you pull the hoe and when he get on, you leave your ass for a white girl. That's pretty much what you done did. So if black women are the closest thing to God, I have to ask you this, what are the rest of them? Since they the closest thing to God. What are the rest of them? Are they the furthest from God? And if black women are the closest thing to God, all right, why aren't your choices headed that way? Why aren't your choices looking like that as far as your actions, all right? You can't sit here and tell me that these women that you dated actually embrace their black side like that, for real, for real. When you look at Jhené Aiko, I love her music, you know what I mean? I would listen to her music since 2011, 10, before she even got big. But it's clear that she caters to her Asian side, all right? It's clear that Ariana Grande, I don't know if she black or not, I don't know if she got some black in her, but it's clear that she's not on her black sisterhood side. So It just don't make no sense, man. These are not things that you should say out your mouth if you're not actually living like that, because people are gonna pick you apart. And the reason why they pick you apart is true black folks out here like myself, and it's women out here. There are women out here that, you know, us as black people, true black folks, we have to realize what type of black people we're dealing with, because all skin folk ain't kin folks. Just because someone may say they're biracial or they got some black in them and all that, oh, I'm black too, that doesn't mean that they are on code with us. In this black realm that we're in, all right, this all black everything realm that we're in, we're literally looking at to see who's gonna be for us and who's not gonna be for us. There is no gray area, all right? There is no gray area when it comes to stuff like that. You're gonna have to pick one, bro, period. And a lot of times, really, it boils down to survival. In the survival tactics, in the survival ways of things, we look at it and say, dang, if everything were to crumble right now, if everything were to blow up and all these black people were scattered out and we really had to make our own land, we really had to come together and do our thing and really had to build a nation all over again, we got to separate the coons from the people who actually are about what they talk about, all right? And the people who aren't what they really talk about, we got to throw their ass to the island, or they got to build their own island, or, you know, and get something popping over there. But we know what we want to do over here, and that's what we've been doing. So it's obvious that he wasn't educated at all as far as him learning this on his own. He didn't stumble across this information on his own. He said a doctor told him about some black hole, and that's how the black woman is the closest thing to God. Now, he does have a black mother, a black sister, I believe. And I believe he got black aunties. He got pretty sure his grandma black. I'm pretty damn sure he's a black man. He does have black women in his family. But when you are not making those choices and it's not aligning up to what you're doing, to what to what you're actually saying, you look foolish. All right, you pretty much shot yourself in the foot. And it's like, did you really have to go there? You ain't really have to go there, bro. You ain't gotta lie to kick it. You ain't got to lie to kick it. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie, bro. Okay? I understand what he was doing. I don't think he came from a bad place. I really don't think he came from a bad place at all. I think that he was really trying to cater to black women, because he doesn't do it often. He doesn't do it often at all. But it just went wrong because you just ain't living like that, man. You just ain't living like that. Do I think the black woman is God? I would say this. I'm not gonna put nobody closer to, I will say this. If anybody gonna be closer to God, yes, it's gonna be black women and it's gonna be black men as well. We're all God and goddesses. That's how I see things. I don't think no gender is more closer to God than the other. I don't know how it really works. I'm not gonna act like I'm all scientifically there, but I do know one thing though, and that's that black people were here on this earth first and everything came afterwards. So every other race, every other group of people came from us, and you know, we're the most dominant genes, the most dominant race ever. We were the first things walking, man and woman, on this God green earth. So if anybody that does, any group of people that does have a closer connection to God, I do feel like it's us. I feel like we're the most godly people on this earth, period. All right? And I feel like we're the forefront of civilization, of what keeps everything common grounded and keep everything balanced. If you take black people off this damn earth, nobody can survive at all. I don't think that Asians, white people, they even know they can't survive without us, all right? This is why they out here killing for melanin, killing for our goddamn organs and shit like that, because we carry something that they need and that they want, all right? And it's so bad to the point that they beat us down. They beat us down and make us feel like that we're less than in order to make themselves feel up here. But really, it's the opposite, all right? We're walking treasure. We're walking treasure. So would I say the black woman is God specifically out my mouth? I wouldn't say that. I have a different type of way of looking at God, but I will say this. If anybody gonna be close to God, any group, it's gonna be us, period. And I damn sure believe that shit without a shot of a doubt. But Big Sean shot himself in the foot. This is what happened when pandering goes wrong. Just be yourself, all right? Just say women, bro. And you won't have to be in this whole thing. Black women love you regardless, bro. And that's what it is. And let's get on this one thing too. A lot of us are looking at his choices in women as we should. We should do that. But women, I will say this, black women, he didn't say anything that hurt y'all. He was only trying to speak life into y'all. I would say just a little bit, it was probably taken out of context because, let's be real, a lot of black women out here love white men on the low too. All right, a lot of black women love the others as well, just as much all these black men do as well. So the same ones who chirping are the same ones who doing the thing and got all type of fetishes for the others, just like the black men. It's just that they're not gonna put it out there. And if they do put it out there, they saying it amongst their homegirls and they're not saying it to us. When one is speaking life into you, he shouldn't be ridiculed so bad to the point that you forget what he's trying to do. Even if he is ignorant, even if he don't know what the fuck he talking about, still take the message and be like, all right, bet. Hold on to how he moving and be like, appreciate that, and chuck up your deuces and keep it pushing. But to give him all this energy and really go hard in the paint, like, you love white bitches. You know you love white hoes. That ain't it. That ain't it. Because I don't really think he came from a bad place. He just got caught slipping off some shit he know he really ain't living. All right, leave that shit for the real people who out here living like that. And anytime when you talk like that, people gonna pull your card. They gonna pull your card. They wanna see, all right, so when's the last time you had a sister, bro? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's just something about a all black sister. And you wouldn't know about that unless you living like that. You know, you ain't lived like that since you was, what, 21 years old, 22 years old? It's been a long time. You're in your 30s right now, bro. It's been over 10 damn years since you've been with a full damn black woman. And if you have been with a full damn black woman, you hunched her and you passed on somewhere and you didn't make her yours. Let's talk about that. So, look, I'm all black everything. And yes, have I had sex with everything? Sure enough have. As a black man, I have. But I know a home at. I know exactly what home at. And you can pull my card, you can check my child, you can look at the woman I'm with. All black goddamn everything, bro. And I take pride into that shit. I don't want nothing outside of a black woman, period. Although the women that he dated are biracial, I do feel that we should also look into things like this. These women do have black in them, but the only reason why I went wrong is because they not living like full-blown black women. They're not even catering to that side. They're not even owning that side. Janae Aiko was just chewed up about a few years ago talking about embrace her Asian side, and she didn't say anything about black. It's like, okay, ain't you supposed to be half black? Well, going that way, we know your mind at. We know your mental is there. So when it's really time to get out here in the field and really time to survive, we know who invited to the cookout and who ain't invited to the cookout. There's certain conversations, there's certain things that we hold on to at dear heart as full-blown melanated people that embrace the lifestyle that we will never give you because we know that your mental is not there. So just because your mental is not there and you're not what we own, we can't invite you to the cookout, bro. You can stay in the car, we might give you a plate, you feel me? Because we appreciate your music. And yeah, you're a little black, but like I said, even if somebody is as black as Wesley Snipes, all skin folk ain't kinfolk, and that's what it is. So if you bought that life, be about that life and live that life. But don't be out here talking about the black woman is the closest thing to God when you don't even scientifically know how it all works. And you out here receiving messages from doctors and shit like that, acting like that all of a sudden you don't have some type of grand awakening. That ain't it, bro. That ain't it. Now I'll hunch out my race, but I ain't shacking up nowhere. Nothing. Not doing that. All right, not doing it. And I will say this too. I will say this. I actually did date outside my race one time, and when I did do that, I had so much of an identity crisis. All right, that was the first time in my life when I actually had an identity crisis as a black man. I'm sitting here looking like, damn, I'm with this person. I like her a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I just felt empty inside. I felt empty. I felt like something was missing. And she even said it herself. Her friends even told her, look, you know, because she knew that I was always watching all black everything in the crib. I was watching Tariq Nasheed. I was reading books. I was shouting out black people, all for my black folks, you know what I'm saying? And her friends went to her one day and said, look, if I didn't know who you were, I would think that JB like black girls. That's what they said. And I kind of chuckled under my breath a little bit because it was damn true. I was literally trying to find myself And I was wondering why the hell this shit don't feel right. And when I got back home, I felt at home, okay? So that's just what it is. That's just the honest I can get it. The most honest I can take it. To me, dating outside my race, it does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. What we gonna do when we have kids? What's gonna happen when you have a black daughter? What are you gonna do with her hair? You don't even know the root of racism. You over here talking about I'm racist, but really racism don't even work like that when it comes to black people. Black people can't be racist. There's all kind of layers, and even if they want to get it, they have to want to get it. You know what I'm saying? They have to want to get it. And this is why I feel like anybody who's dating outside their race or dating even a biracial person, because the biracial people could be, to be honest, they the most fucked up people. To be honest, a lot of times those mulattoes, they be more fucked up in the head, all because it's two sides to it. And you're not wrong for honoring both sides. But when you live in a system of dominance and when you live in a system of racism, race, black, white, all the other stuff, there is a race, there is a ranking to this stuff, okay? And you literally gonna have to pick a side. There is no race of biracial people that runs the world that are in ranking. They're not in that ranking. That's why they said one drop of nigga blood is what? Okay, makes you black. Okay, it makes you black in the system when it comes to people more dominant than you as far as skin, but in the end, it doesn't matter how biracial you are still a nigga in the coop. Now, you may not feel like a nigga in the coop. That's you. That's you living this whole delusional world. That's you. But you also have to understand too, we're in a ranking type of system. And as much as we all want to get along, as much as we all want to be equal, we're never going to be that way. All right, we're never going to be that way. Only thing we can do is try to be cordial and make this thing fair, and stop stepping on each other's toes. But black people literally cannot step on any race of people's toes outside of black. We just can't. All right, everything is so much old to us, and it's overtime old, and we know it. I ain't even got to break that part down. But at this point, if we still going back and forth about who black and who ain't and all this other stuff, and you biracial and you want to play both sides of the fence, you do that by all means. But don't bring your ass around me, because I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time to be sitting here arguing with your ass, talking about who black and who ain't and all this other stuff. You should know that for yourself. If Trump didn't teach you anything, because I remember just 10 years ago, black people walking around talking about it was no racism. A lot of black folks, like, as black as me, black as Wesley Snipes, as black as a god doggone black kettle pot, talking about ain't no racism until Trayvon and all that, and Mike Brown and Trump started coming around. Then all of a sudden it was like, oh, it's still here. Yeah, but it been here, okay? So imagine what the mulattoes are thinking. I ain't finna go no further with this shit. Y'all gonna get me going there. I ain't got time for that, but y'all heard what I said, bro. Big Sean, shut up. It is what it is. I respect you, but just don't go there, bro. Just don't go there. You're gonna get yourself in a whole lot of trouble that you really ain't gotta even really be into, bro. Just be yourself, and people gonna go ahead and let you live. But if you ain't about that life, once again, get out the kitchen, bro. Get out the kitchen.